Blog Talk Radio.
And good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever and whenever you may be listening to us across the entire globe. This is Psychic Cafe, simulcasting on radio and YouTube live video streaming as well. Hi, everybody. Oh, Michelle just popped into the chat. I've got Charlotte with me today. Yay! Monday fun day.
Monday fun day.
Ha. Everybody used to say Sunday fun day, but we've discovered it's actually Monday fun day.
Yep.
Well, don't know how fun everybody had if they had to go to work today or what have you, but for us it's just fun because this is work, which is more like play. We're hanging out here in the cafe, and having our coffee or tea and pulling cars,
ice water.
yeah, because it's so freaking hot. I'm drinking the water. I forgot to go and grab another bottle of water. Hopefully I can make it through the whole show. There you go, Charlotte. We have to do a short show because I'm going to run out of water.
Well,
actually, while you're doing a reading, I can always run out, and get some water. For those of you that, are here with us a lot, yes, Blog Talk is actually working. And that's why the telephone number is in the scroll here, 714-816-4628. You can actually call into the show. And if you're already called in, or if you're listening on radio, hey, come see Charlotte and I on video. Go over to YouTube and type in the Psychic Cafe and go to our page, channel, they call it a channel, and click on the live and get into the chat with us. Or just open a new tab in your browser, type in psychic.cafe/live. I think that'll take you over here. I'm saying that, and I never checked to see what it's doing, Is it actually going? Oh, it is actually going to the live. Okay. Because sometimes I forget to update the live link, Charlotte.
Yeah, that's okay.
I admit to that.
Usually it gets fixed before the end of the show.
Yeah. And then, hey, if worse comes to worse, psychic.cafe/YouTube takes you right to our channel. So there's lots of ways to get there. Margaret's in the chat. Hi, Margaret.
Hey, Margaret.
Hello. I did go to work. Oh, was it a good day or was it, a Monday? Michelle's like, woohoo, Monday fun day. Hi, Margaret. She's saying hi. I'm waiting to see. Oh, she says it was okay. It was okay. So we weren't here last Monday. It was a ridiculously busy day, and I was just out of energy by, 4:00, because early in the morning, going to get blood work done and tests and all this kind of stuff, and doing all the normal stuff as well on top of that, and new members and setting everybody up and things like that. And I was like, Charlotte, can we cancel the show? I didn't have the energy to make it through a show. Oh my God. I would have just, said, hi, everybody, and turn my camera off and let Charlotte be on there the whole time. But tonight,
sometimes you got to take a day off.
Yeah, but we only missed one Monday in a few Mondays now. In fact, our Monday shows are doing the highest listens. Like our last one 2 weeks ago was 112 views. I shouldn't say listens anymore because, we still have listeners on the radio, but most people have migrated over here to YouTube. Had 112 by Tuesday or Wednesday. We had 112. Wow. So, of course, it's probably going to tank now because we were off the air for a Monday, miss one Monday, and everybody gets upset, But
Yeah.
as you also know, Blog Talk hasn't been working. Well, it finally is working again, and we are able to take phone calls. In fact, we have a phone call which we're going to go to in just a minute here, but we'll give time for folks to get into the caller queue. 714-816-4628. If you missed that, and come into the chat on YouTube, I typed it into the chat, the phone number. And also, it's down here in the scroll, like I showed you earlier. Yeah. All the links to to my page. There's my page. There's Charlotte's page right there. Psychic.cafe/Charlotte. Charlotte still has,
Started.
you still got that awesome deal going on, right? People can get a animal communication session.
Yep.
So
For free.
if you want to bring your pets and pet psychic, yeah, we're not allowed to
Pet.
use, we're supposed to say animal communicator, you know. Or if you just want a general reading, what are you doing? 20 bucks?
$20.
20 bucks. Yep, you
Yeah.
can pick one up. Also, if you just want to send us some love, here it is, psychic.cafe/coffee. Send us a cup of coffee. So I pulled some cards for the day, which I always do, and I got this version of the Two of Cups I really like. And the people that are intertwined, like the caduceus that is in a lot of the versions of the Two of Cups in tarot, and the intertwined snakes. I love how the artist and try to make like the people intertwined like the snakes are intertwined, you know. And so obviously that's relationships, and it could be partnerships. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it can be. And typically we think of this as the Archangel Raphael. So this is also a card of healing. And that was actually the card in the center when I cut the deck in half. I call that cutting to the heart of the matter. But the actual card for today is the King of Pentacles, right? Financial security and all that kind of thing. But you put these two together, it's very interesting. This suggests a strong and lasting union that's built on solid foundation of shared values and goals, whether it's romantic or more business. See, that's where the business part comes from, right? But it's highly auspicious for business partnerships too. It indicates a profitable and long-lasting endeavor. It can also indicate the arrival of financial security and stability. Maybe that's already showing up because of this really great partnership you've got going on. So for some people hearing this message, it's going to be the romantic side of things. For other people, or interpersonal relationships, friends, family, stuff like that. For other people, it's going to be business and partnerships and things like that. It indicates the importance of collaboration, mutual support, and the willingness to work together towards a common goal. Yes. Kind of also, I was looking at these cards, and with it being pentacles and cups, cups being emotions, pentacles, the material realm, I'm thinking maybe it indicates like you need to strike a balance between the emotional and the material aspects of life. That could be another interpretation. So if you're hearing this, whether it's live right now, 2 days from now in archive, 2 weeks, 2 months from now, 2 years from now, that message is for you. And it could be any one of those things. What most resonates with you? That's how you figure that out. You look at that. What about you, Charlotte? Did you pull anything today?
No, I like
Oh,
your
okay.
the day. So I just,
That's fine.
you usually you cover it pretty well. And
Speeds
so
things
I
up
just,
too, right? Oh my gosh, the phone lines are taking off. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. I'm trying to move things around on my screen, and it's not cooperating. That happens sometimes. I got to move this screen down. I got like all these screens on top of each other because they're all doing different things to make the show actually function.
right.
But it's great to see all of those calls in there. Oh, Ellie came in. Oh my God.
Hey, Ellie.
Ellie, did you hear my cards for the show? It was pretty interesting. Yeah. Great to see that you were able to make it. So hopefully Ellie will be with me on Thursday. She couldn't make last Thursday. I actually ended up canceling that show too because I was again, Blog Talk was not working. In fact, the entire website was down. It was ridiculous, Charlotte. The whole website, nothing was working. I could call into the show. I dialed in, but it was weird. It would like hang up on me. Well, I think that was mostly because it was not 15 minutes before showtime. But I left it running just to see if Blog Talk was working. But see, the thing is, without the website working, there's no way to control the phone line. So you can't actually bring anybody on. So it does not serve any purpose. And you can't do the ending music. You can't end the show or anything. It's just crazy. Ellie saying hi to Michelle in there, Michelle saying hi back. So yeah, so I had forgotten actually. I had sent a message to Ellie, and uh she had already told me like the week before, or the even before that maybe, that she had something at work that was going to run long, and she would possibly barely get home when the show was going to start. So it was there's no time to get on, and she needed to eat and go to sleep basically. But this Thursday, hopefully she will let us know in chat if she's going to be with us. Stuck in traffic for 1.5 hours. Was that today, Ellie, or on that Thursday? Yeah, let me know. That's the fun thing about chat. The chat is like half of the show, folks. You guys really should come over to YouTube. We're youtube.com/the the Psychic Cafe, or psychic.cafe/YouTube. You can check out, oh my God, we have all these playlists. Like you can watch all of our workshops and everything for free and everything on there, and all our past shows. I think we have like 600 past shows on there. We literally have thousands of shows over the last 14 years, but we only just started, YouTube a little ways back. So what's been going on with you, Charlotte? Is it still hot?
It's pretty warm. Kind of been hanging in the 90s.
Oh, by the way, I see you got the memo, because you've been having that like purple blouse on that is really cool because it matches our colors for the website.
Yeah,
But see, I wore green, and you got the memo to wear a green top.
color green. Yep. Well,
Oh, Dan just popped.
I try to wear different clothes every now and then. But I did have
Yeah.
to tell you something funny, because as soon as you started talking about animal communication, Jet always hangs out here with me. Hattie
Mhm.
goes and lays in another room. But uh as soon as we started talking about that, Jet came over, and I don't know if you saw, but he's like, "Yep, I want to be part of the show today." And then my unicorn goat,
Oh,
again, my goat
yeah. The
thinks he's a
goat
unicorn.
is actually a unicorn, folks, in case you
Yeah,
know about that. Yeah.
he had to come up to the door for a treat, and they're like,
Bah, bah.
yeah, I know. He actually figured out how to get the screen
Sometimes
door
we
open.
actually hear all the sound. People think it's sound effects on the radio panel on the show, but it's not sound effects. That's real.
But yeah, life at
The
Charlotte's
real
house.
unicorn. That's a goat. Yeah. Temporarily inhabiting a goat body. Dahamani came back, and Dan made it in. Hi, Dan. Hi,
Hey,
Dan.
Dan.
Ellie also says I should be good to go for this Thursday. So, hey, if you're a big fan of Ellie and the way she does readings, she'll be here on Thursday. Michelle should be here on Wednesday. Remember, no show tomorrow, Tuesday, but we'll be here, me and Michelle, Wednesday night. If you like, you love Michelle's readings, come in on Wednesday. Ellie's reading, she's here on Thursday. And then of course Charlotte tonight. And speaking of that, let's hit the phone lines, because oh my gosh, people are calling in. By the way, if you've called into the show, if you didn't press 1 on your dial pad when you got through, sometimes Blog Talk lets press 1 to speak with the host. If you didn't hear that, go ahead and push 1, because we have a bunch of callers that are just listening, Charlotte, but
Yeah.
they might want to be live with us. So if you want to be live on air, remember you have to press 1. That puts you up in the caller queue. And let me give the number out again, because it looks like it's going to be a phone heavy night, Charlotte. 714-816-4628. And let me grab the phone number information to pop that into the chat here for everybody in chat so they can call in as well on YouTube, from YouTube. And oh, you know what? I'm going to put my coffee thing in there too again, so everybody can get the coffee link, because folks, that is the secret way that you jump everybody else in the caller queue. Or if you put your question in the chat room, which you can also do that, by the way. We forgot to mention that, Charlotte. We forgot to mention you can put the question in the chat room too. And whether you do that or call into the show, if you let us know in chat that you bought us a cup of coffee, we'll stop whatever we're doing. We'll take your call or your question in chat first. We'll take more time with you. We'll let you ask additional follow-up questions. All for grabbing us a cup of coffee, a cup of Java at psychic.cafe/coffee. That's right. Let's see who's been waiting the longest. And MV came in. Hi, MV, and they're putting a question in. Great. And then Dahmani has a question as well. I think Damani was on maybe with Michelle and me on Saturday, I think. Looks like 475's been waiting the longest, Charlotte. We're gonna go to that one first. Hello, area code 475. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Sean, and I think you know where I'm calling from.
It's Sean from Connecticut.
Um,
Hey, Sean. I didn't recognize your number.
Hello, you two. How are you?
We haven't talked to you in a little bit. That's what it was.
how you doing,
It's
Sean?
the technology of the. Sorry?
Oh,
I said,
Charlotte
how
was
you
saying
doing?
hi.
Hi, Charlotte.
Hi.
Good to hear from you. The technology just didn't work, and unfortunately, I just couldn't hear from you. So, I missed the show for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, because Blog Talk was down, and a lot of times it wouldn't let us call in. Like we could get into the switchboard, that it would hang up on us. And then, a few days ago, man, the entire website, Sean, you would go to blogtalkradio.com and nothing would come up. It would say permanently moved or some kind of weird error message. So that's why you haven't been able to call.
Yeah, that means it's something on the inside of the website which has nothing to do, because I checked other shows and had the same problem.
They were doing maintenance, and hopefully they fixed the original problem, how we couldn't get onto the switchboard. So hopefully they fixed that. So how you been, Sean, the last couple of weeks? Anything new? You got a question for us, or you just want to chat?
I do.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead with your
I
question.
have a question for you. So I saw my friend, the one I told you about, and we're going to be doing some Reiki classes in the near future. And my question is to you is, how is this going to build our relationship?
What kind of classes again?
Reiki classes.
Oh, Reiki. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, my friend actually, she does.
I thought he was
Reiki,
doing Pilates with her or something, yoga.
No.
Couple yoga.
Well, who knows? But she does Reiki, and she also reads tarot too.
Wow.
Oh.
That's really cool. Charlotte, are you going to pull from like an oracle deck? I'm getting the Ace of Cups, a new opportunity for both, cups is emotions, right? So it's a new opportunity, and a new opportunity specifically with these classes and stuff, for it to be a really emotionally fulfilling venture for you, and potentially a romantic one as well. The Queen of Cups shows up, and the message I'm getting is, as you're learning the Reiki, focus heavily on your psychic ability and tell her to do that as well. I know Reiki is energetic, it's the energy, like chi, but I think think it's Ki in Japan, Chi in China. Yeah. And Reiki is Japanese. So but for some reason the universe is telling me that focusing your connection with your higher self, the spiritual connection and your psychic ability is actually going to help you be better with the Reiki. With the Reiki, yes. And I'm also getting the Empress. There's an opportunity for birthing something new, manifesting something. Also, 3 is creativity and communication. So, get really creative with this. What about you, Charlotte? You getting anything interesting?
Well, this is one of those things where when he started asking the question, I started getting feelings more than card reading because
Right.
um and what the feeling that I got, and it was quite a strong feeling, was like I feel like it's gonna really build your relationship, but I'm not seeing a lot of romance. I'm seeing like a super strong platonic relationship, one of those friends that like you'll never leave behind. Um, just those lovely people that come into your life and never go out, no matter where you are. They're just a phone, if you're in the same town, you can see them. If you move, they're just a phone call away. And then I also did pull a card, and I got this beautiful card. It's called Lost in Space, Needing Direction. And it's just, and I think that's why you're being called to go and take the Reiki class, because it's going to help center you in your life and in your relationships, but it's going to give you what I think you love to do already anyway, and that's the ability to help people, to, you know, to calm them, to heal them, to, um, just make them, you know, why you go and do Reiki.
That's what I was
And
thinking too.
yeah, and so that's what I came up with. So, cause that this
I do Reiki at night. I, when I do Reiki at night and I send her Reiki in the evenings, I get hearts in return.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good, Sean. Yeah, I had some feedback coming back from your line, so I had to put you on hold for a second. But hey, thanks for the call. We got to
yeah,
move on.
with
Gotta,
your Reiki
You're
class.
welcome.
let us know what happens with the Reiki class. Yeah, I'm fascinated to hear that. We'd like to get some people, teaching the ins and outs of energy healing here on the network, and we
Well,
can always do some guests.
I have an interesting. I know that I mean, the show needs to move along. I know, but I just like I know when Sharona would do her show, she was constantly sending out Reiki through the whole show, and I could never
Oh,
figure why I would because I loved her show, but I could never figure out why almost every show about halfway through I was like having a hard time staying awake. And then I found out why. It's because she was constantly sending Reiki throughout the show, and it was made me relaxing me so much that I was just like, you know, like I said, asleep halfway through the show. And it wasn't because I was bored or uninterested.
yeah.
It just like, so, and, she's in New York and I'm in Utah. So, that distance just doesn't make a difference. So just kind of a little interesting Reiki, the power of Reiki, I guess.
Reiki story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Sean, Michelle says hi. And we'll talk to you next time when you call in. Stuff going on in the chat. I just wanted to mention somewhere along the line when we were talking, Ellie popped in unicorn goat question mark and exclamation mark. And so for everybody that doesn't know, and what I wrote in here was, oh, Ellie, yes, Charlotte has a goat. And in her communication with her, turns out she's actually a unicorn in a goat's body.
Yeah. Well, actually, it wasn't me. It was when Sharona had
Oh,
one
I
of
thought it was you.
no,
Oh, it
it
was the
was animal communicator
yeah, I know who you're
person.
talking about. Yeah, the pet psychic. Well, I call her the pet psychic.
Yeah, and I was wondering how old he was, and but when Sharona and that person, I can't think of her name right now, both tuned into him, and he was happy as Larry to talk to him, and he's like, I'm not really a goat, I'm a unicorn, and I've come into Charlotte's life to help her, and she helps me, and then the funny thing, like 2 or 3 days later, that darn goat broke one of his horns off.
Ah,
So he really did just have one horn. So I was like, I guess he knew what he was talking about, but yeah, he's he, that's who was just at. Yeah, he's a
yeah.
funny guy. Samson is a funny. He's an old soul. He's just an old soul. But yeah, That's what he told the communicators, was that he was really a unicorn disguised as a goat.
Hang on just a second here. I'm setting something up for Sully in the chat. Gonna see if I could do this.
And if you're hearing weird noises, it's because during the show, and I swear that the only time he plays with this toy, Jet is playing with his squeaky pig, and it's something about, I don't know if it's the energy that like gets him kind of jazzed up or what, but so that's what he's having a blast. He's tossing it in the air, he's flopping over on his back, and yeah.
I'm just gonna type in this link in the chat here for Sully. It's Sullivan in the chat. They were wondering if they could you know, how we have the coffee page, and you go to psychic.cafe/coffee, and there's buttons, and you can send in, $10, $15, $20, 25. And Sullivan was like, can I send in 5? And I'm like, yeah, let me just make up I just made up a donation link where you can put in whatever amount you want. So if you want to put in $5,
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I just popped that. It's the square.link. That's our Square payment processor for Psychic Cafe. So there is the link. You just click on that, Sullivan. Put your question in the chat room, unless you're calling in. If you're calling in, let me know what area code, and we'll take you right away.
Right away.
If you're not called in, but you're just in chat, that's fine too. Just type in what your question is. Before we go back to the phone lines, though, some stuff in the chat here. Damani, I know I'm probably butchering your name. I'm sorry. I think when she was on Saturday, she said it was okay how we were pronouncing it, me and Michelle. I have a question. Will I be successfully hired for the sales representative role with Genie Book Company? Ooh, I haven't heard of that one. That sounds fascinating. And MV is asking about a future spouse. Can I know about my future spouse? My name is actually Minu, like M-I-N, Minu or Minu, M-I-N-U. So I'm going to do the Minu one because I know you don't like to do those kind of things, because I do the thing with, finding the person. And why don't you do the Damani one Charlotte.
Yeah, I'm pulling out my
Will I be
not
successful?
the pendulum
Yeah.
because that's the job one, right?
Right. And so real quick, I just wanted to mention to Minu again, and I had said it in the chat that, I'll pull cards on it, but I'm not giving any guarantees. And this is the reason. I only read out a few months at the most. I try to keep it within weeks. The longest was 6 months, but I don't even like going that far out because the timelines diverge. If this potential spouse is close enough, I might be able to get a hit. If you're not getting married for 5 years from now, it might not show up. So I'm not making any promises. Go ahead, Charlotte.
Pendulum says yes.
Ooh, all
It
righty.
it was like started swinging like as soon as I barely set the question and it was swinging. It was a big swing. So
Mhm.
pos- positive pendulum says yes.
Yes, yes. So I pulled cards, and for everybody that's been around for the last 14 years, you know how I do it. I start looking for court cards. So I was hoping that someone would show up so I could have some information for how do you say her name again? It's MV on here, but she said her name was Minu. At least I think it's a she. I most likely Minu. And but I didn't get any, and so I go out as far as I can go. Once I get out to 10, 12, 13 cards, I stop because if I'm not getting any court cards by then, that means it isn't happening anytime soon. And because the potential of you making all these different possible decisions, that tells me that it's too soon to know details about who your potential spouse will be. Now, I can tell you a couple cards real quick. I did get a couple of majors, which I think is important. First of all, the moon card, which is just, that was the last card that showed. It's just repeating exactly what I said. It's too uncertain. It's not clear. When you get the moon card, things are in shadow. It's hard to see and make detail. Okay.
I love that card. That's a cool card.
Isn't that a good version? Look at that. I just
That is
love.
an excellent card. The reflection on the water and the owl. That's a cool card.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite moon. I really like that one a lot. And then even the death card, it's actually a Welsh. It's called Arrowan is how you say the name. Uh, it's actually from Welsh mythology, and the hounds that went with death. Anyway, won't get into the mythological tale, but this death card is telling me that you're in a transition right now. One door closes, another door opens, very similar to the Ten of Swords. I think people always ask me, is there a difference between the Ten of Swords and the death card? Ten of Swords is more, I don't want to say mundane things, because it can be more mundane. But it's more things within your life, and the things happening in your life, which could be from very minuscule up to something as big as a relationship ending, for instance. Because sometimes the Ten of Swords, if it's supported by other cards like the Death card, it's the absolute end of a relationship, divorce, the whole thing. The Death card is a major arcana card, so it's, for me, it's bigger life encompassing change. Okay. And I think that's why he's not showing up for me right now. Now, if you go to another psychic, they might be able to, tap in on something. But remember what I always say about outcomes: there are potential outcomes, and the farther out in the future, you might get a psychic say, oh yeah, absolutely, it's going to be this guy Fred, and he's got dark hair, and he's 5'6" and blue eye. They don't know. Yeah, I'm not saying they're not seeing that. What I'm saying is what they're seeing is a potential future. And I think this is telling us that Minu, you're in this stage right now where it's big life changes, and you need to work on that and yourself more than worrying about him or her, the spouse that comes in. Okay. And you should be working on work. Okay. I'm getting work, finances, balancing the finances, especially working on projects. And it could be, within your current career, or it could be hinting towards something more entrepreneurial as well. And there's more to it, but I'm not going to go into everything because these are supposed to be mini readings, and you can always book a reading with me if you want more details on that, what's going on. Speaking of that, while I'm thinking about it, two things. One, subscribe to the channel. Yes, we're getting up there. We're almost at 600 subscription or subs or whatever they call it, and we're almost to the 3,000 watch hours, which will allow us to open up more goodies on YouTube. So subscribe to the channel, because we still, even though we're over the first hump, the 500, we need to get to 1,000 for full monetization and 4,000 watch hours. We're closing in on 3,000 where we unlock some of them. So go and watch some of our videos, watch some of our longer like workshops and stuff. There's got to be something that interests you. And then when you get done with all the ones you're interested in, just on your computer, hit like and play on one of the workshops and walk away and just let it. It'll help our watch hours. Is that cheating?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. But we need to get to those goddamn watch hours. It was actually Dan did a lot of that. He watched a lot of our videos. We have like 700 videos, and he watched a lot of them hour after hour after hour to get us up to the 3,000. So kudos to Dan. The other thing I wanted to pop up here was our links. Yeah, they're down in the scroll, but psychic.cafe/Charlotte. Once again, join Psychic Cafe. It's free to join. Here's the URL, psychic.cafe. It's that easy. Go over there, join for free. It's like joining Facebook. In fact, you can use Facebook, Twitter, Google, a lot of your social, your social networking, social media type accounts. You can use them to join, or you can do it the old fashioned way, put in a password and email address and a username, free to join. And after you join, then go to Charlotte's page and you'll see a little envelope icon for chat, and you can chat live if she's on the site, or send her a private message and she'll get that via email too. It sends out an email notification that you have a message on the website. And you can also book readings with her and everything that way. Remember, don't forget the special giveaway on those animal communication ones. You're crazy if you don't take advantage of that. And then her readings are just $20. You want to book one with me, go over to psychic.cafe/Dax. And for the summer, we're going into the dog days of summer. I'll talk more about this later, but I'm doing my readings for half price. Actually, I'm doing half price on everything. Tell you about that later. But it is the sizzling summer sale is back, like the last 14 summers. We always do a sizzling summer sale because things slow down and people go on vacation and everything slows down, including at the Tarot Guild and Psychic Cafe during the summer. So we do our whiz bang best ones. And actually, I pulled out all the stops this time because I don't think we've ever done this, but everything's half off, so my sessions are normally $99.99 and it's just $49 right now. And the button under about, like if you go to my profile right here, psychic.cafe/Dax, click about, and in there's a link, and it is the sale link. Yes, not the $99.99 anymore. And of course, buying us a cup of coffee right there. So just wanted to let everybody know about that. Let's go back over to the phone lines. Who's waiting the longest? I think it's 860. 860. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Lisa. Thank you so much. I'm calling from Connecticut.
Ooh, they love us
I
in
think
Connecticut today. two Connecticut's in a row.
Another one from Connecticut. Sorry. I
no need
am
to.
my son. I haven't. Thank you. I haven't seen my son in 12 years since he married this woman, and I found out this reading the paper that he has moved. I looked online, and he's moved all the way to Florida, and I'm wondering if he moved to get away from her boyfriend, if he never wants to see me again, or if he just wants to be in warm weather. And why is my life so very sad? Because I'm like Job in the Bible, believe me.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's see.
I'm not exaggerating.
Let's see
People
what
tell me
Charlotte's.
that I didn't.
So you want to know why he moved, which is kind of like psychic keeping Tom.
Little bit.
Maybe let's see. Let's see what the cards have to say.
Thank you so much. I'm kind of in a bad way. Thank you.
It's hard. It's hard when. So, this is partly why I love this. I love doing this because this isn't going to answer your question completely. It's more of a to help you like in your life and where you're at. Because the card that I pulled, and this is a card, I've never pulled this card before out of this deck, and I use this deck every week. So it's called Dust Devil, and it's moving out of stagnation.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That's brilliant.
Yeah. So
explain it to me.
It's about embracing the chaos, trusting in the process, and it's about stop asking for things to be perfect, because life isn't perfect, and I think it's saying, as far as that particular connection goes, you're gonna just have to trust him to come back when he's ready. He's dealing with things in his life that really probably don't have anything to do with you, because
That's exactly what I was going to say.
he's making the choices in his life
Mm-hmm.
for him, and so you need to love yourself, and you need to know that you are loved by other people as well, and that you have and it's almost like giving him the grace to live his life as he chooses, and to still and know that what he's doing isn't because you did something wrong. It's because he made a choice to live his life the way he did. So
yeah.
Anyway, it just says, the dust devil knows what you need when you need it. Once things settle, you'll see gleaming jewels awaiting your discovery, the wisdom awaiting integration. And so, it's okay to be sad about missing your son. But don't let that be your
He's
whole
my
life.
only child.
Yeah.
My only child.
Yeah.
Actually, starved caring for him as a child because my ex-husband disappeared.
Oh boy.
All
Yeah.
I could afford was one bowl of soup, 2 slices
Yeah.
of bread for myself. I weighed 95 pounds. I did
Aw.
everything for him. I gave up everything for him.
Yeah, and you
And
did
to
the
do
right
this to me,
thing.
so
But
devastating.
that doesn't mean they're not going to go off and do their own life. We do what we have to do as parents.
Fine,
But
life, but just hearing from your mother's life for 12 years is
well,
pretty
I don't.
horrible. I'm an Italian mother.
Yeah, we don't know.
I wasn't a helicopter mother.
I understand. We don't know the particulars of the details, so I can't advise you on that. The cards aren't going to tell me that. It's just not, but
I have a really horrible life. It's like there a curse on me or something, because no one can believe the things that people do to me. No one.
oh, I understand, Lisa. Sometimes that's the
Yeah,
way things are.
and and this is something that maybe finding somebody that you can talk to, a professional that can help you
Right.
with working through this sadness that you're
Yeah, because
dealing with, because
we only have a
it's
few minutes on a radio show.
yeah,
We can't solve that for you.
and we're not qualified to
Right.
solve.
That too, but I wanted to point out that I did, when you were talking, Charlotte, and when Lisa had said, about, maybe is it just that he wants to go somewhere warmer, and things like that. Yeah, I just got to show you this, Charlotte. Look what I got. The Page of Cups here. And
Yeah.
in this version, look how he's standing on the stones in the middle of the ocean, the waves crashing and everything. When you were talking to her, and I said, I'm going to pull a card, see what comes up. And when I looked at this, the first thing I saw was somebody on a surfboard in the middle of the waves, and then I got stuff like the Knight of Wands, following your passions, and the Six of Wands, success card, that's what he's doing. He's following his passions. He's going somewhere warmer. He wants to go, I'm not saying literally go and surf, although it could be, but that's what came up in the card. It's obvious,
Yeah, and I'm feeling a lot of like just independence. He's
Yes,
he decided that he's
but following his own dreams and passions too, that's really important. And so I think the takeaway is that, you have to be happy and blessed in knowing that he's doing what he wants to do, following his own passions, and that's why he moved. Nothing came up in the cards I got about the girlfriend.
yeah.
He may or may not be still with that particular person, possibly not, but I wasn't looking at that. I was just laying the cards out, see what would come in about him moving.
I have anything at all to hope for in this life, because the only thing I wanted was grandchildren, and I've never met them.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have anything to hope for, or is that it for me?
Nothing is definite, and
Yes.
this isn't this. That's why I'm saying, can I just please ask you to find somebody to talk to, because
Mm-hmm.
you're breaking my heart.
They can't even.
You're
Someone they
absolutely
can't even be.
breaking my heart and you got to know how much love I'm sending out to you right now. But you need somebody to help you work through this sadness, sweetheart. You do.
I want to talk. The person that I talk to doesn't even begin to believe. She can't believe. She just shakes her head when I tell her the things that happened to me. I must be cursed. I have to be cursed. I
Yeah.
am.
No.
Believe me. When people tell me your life is like the life of Job, you're cursed.
You're not
Well, you
talk-
need to not
you're
listen
not
to those
talking to the
people.
right people, right, Charlotte?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, don't listen to those people because they don't know
No,
diddly.
you need to talk to a professional, Lisa. That's what you need to do. You need to talk to somebody that's going to allow you. And I pulled a card on that, what does Lisa need? And I got the Hanged Man, which is one of those thinking outside the box cards. He's hanged upside down, so he can literally look at the world 180 degrees upside down from how he's looking at it before that. So that's what you need. You need a change maker. You need somebody that is a therapist, that is a psychologist, or even an energy healer or clinical hypnotherapist or NLP practitioner that can help you focus from the negative on to the positive. See, when we get into these, like the situation that Lisa's in, Charlotte, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, a loop that just keeps going around and round, because what is she focusing on? She's focusing on what's going on, or what she perceives is going on in her life, and how bad it is. And then she gets something else that happens, which just confirms that, her idea that she's cursed. When we focus on something, our reticular activating system in our brain looks for proof to support our beliefs and concepts. So if your belief is you're cursed and you're living the life of Job, you're going to attract more of that constantly into your life. The way you break the cycle is you stop and you decide what it is you want, not what you don't want. We already know what you don't want. You don't want to be living thousands of miles away from your only son. You don't want to not see your grandchildren. We know what all the don't wants are, but they're double negatives. Instead, you need to find what's the positive. What do you really want? And then you focus on that and attract that into your life. And that's how you make change, and you break this cycle of continuously focusing on the negative, attracting more of the negative in, which just reconfirms. And then you focus more on it and you just pull in more negative, and it'll just circle and circle and circle and circle. And yeah, your life will seem like hell, because, and it happens to so many of us, maybe not as drastic as Lisa, Charlotte, but the vast majority, you hear people talk about the 1%ers and the 99%, the rest of us. The real big difference between those two groups is what you focus on, and those of us in the 99%, we allow life to happen to us rather than decide what it is we want and what we're going to manifest and what we are going to make happen.
Yep.
And
I think right now though the best thing she can do for herself is find somebody to help her, a
exactly
professional.
that's what I'm talking about, is you need to break the cycle, and having making the person that, it's great to talk to anybody. I'm not saying don't talk to your friends. You need to talk to people, yes, but the thing about talking to someone that's not a professional, that's just a friend, they're just going to repeat back to you what you're saying to them. They're just going to go, oh yeah, that is terrible. How the hell is this stuff happening to you? You must be cursed. They're just going to repeat the same things back. You need to go to a therapist that is going to help you use emotional freedom technique to get rid of the blockages and the baggage, use hypnosis and NLP, energy healing, Reiki, something like that, to help you with this, and the reason why I always talk about energy healing and hypnosis and things like that is because I do hypnotherapy. But there's another reason, is because NLP, if you find yourself in your local area, an NLP practitioner, an EFT practitioner, a hypnotherapist, or preferably a therapist or a life coach that does all of those. The reason why I always point that out is because it's fast. It's fast. You can start making changes very, very quickly in your life. Whereas going to talk therapy, you're going to see them 2 or 3 times a week for a good 5-10 years before anything changes. Let me tell you. So, you want the fast, rapid change. Find people that know how to make change, life coaches that have the techniques to make rapid change, from your very first consultation with them. That's what you want to look into. But I don't want to tell people that they can't do it on their own. Everything is out on the web. You can go on YouTube and you can search whatever it is that you're dealing with, find a technique to help you with that. But really, the best thing to do is find a professional in your area that you can sit down and talk to and that can do rapid change work. Okay, so let's try to bring the mood up a little bit here and go back over to the chat. We already did Damini's and who else was it? MV, right? Minu. And Celicia came back in. Irene's here again. Hi, Irene.
Hey, Irene.
Haven't seen her in a while. Yeah, MV says working every day towards my career. Thank you so much for the reading. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. Damani said Charlotte is doing my question. Is it? Yeah, she already did your question. You already did Damani's, right?
Yeah, the one about getting the job.
Yeah.
Yep. And I did my pendulum, and it was yes.
Yep. Now, if you have a different question about it, maybe I could pull a card for you. The next person, I think, was Shalisha, was the next one that had a question. I want to know when I will get post-intern placement for me. August, beginning or mid-August, or September. Well, just looking at that really quickly, I get the full card. Not a bad card to get for this beginning. We're going right into August, the beginning, and that's what the Fool's about anyway, is that. And then I pulled a card for mid-August, towards the end of August, and September. September, I got the Four of Pentacles, which is not a bad card. It's a 4, so it's a yes. It's structure. But I got the Wheel of Fortune for late August, the middle one. I think it's more likely that would be when you're going to get the post-intern placement. I think it's going to, the Wheel of Fortune indicates fortune turning in your favor, things breaking loose when that card shows up, and it's showing up for the late August, before October. Before September. Hope that helped you out. And then I think Irene had a question. Charlotte, you want to do this one, and then we'll see if anybody calls back in. I think we have some callers coming in now. If you jump on the line, we may get to your call. 714-816-4628. Jump on. Remember to press 1 on your dial pad as soon as you get through. And you may be next. Right after this question from Irene, is there time to pull a card from the universe? So, Irene, you just want a general message from the universe then? I think that's what's going on with Irene there. So, puppy. So, Charlotte, whatever you want to do, if you want to pull a card, maybe an oracle card or something for Irene, a message from the universe.
You want the message from the universe? Yeah.
And Ritu came in. Hi, Ritu. Ritu's back.
Hey, Ritu.
And Ritu's wondering, is there any special events coming in her life? Oh, boy. So I'll take a look at that. Ooh, very interesting. Okay. Ah.
I love it when I get cards that I've never
That's
um
been happening a lot lately. Like I remember the last show, and then earlier in this show, you had a new card that you had never picked
yeah,
up. That-
yeah. Um this card is actually, I feel like this, I think this card feels like Lisa could have used this card as well, but um it's the Wailing Tree and it's about reconciliations. I mean, card couldn't have been more perfect for Lisa, but it's just about um if you're considering making changes, now's the time to do it. I mean, that's what I'm getting um for you and that card in particular. And you have to remember that life isn't like either or. It's it's both flash and this and that. So so it feels like you have like maybe a big decision coming up, and so it's saying just don't see things in black and white too much. Try to remember that, you know, there's, like I said, it's all inclusive. So and yeah, and yeah. And if it's like, it's also saying, like everything everything in time, all things will pass. So, but when you're making your decisions to, just remember, look at the whole big picture. That's what I got. A cool card.
Awesome. Awesome. So before I go to Ritu's question, Charlotte, real quick, I'm gonna remind everybody of our coffee link. It is psychic.cafe/coffee. If you're enjoying the shows and you want to grab us a cup of coffee,
Coffee. Coffee.
some coffee. Let's see, psychic.cafe/coffee. I'm going to put that in the chat. I also just put in the link for the summer sale, which launched today. That's right. 50% off everything. And I mean everything. And all you
That's
got
an
to do,
amazing sale.
yeah. And it's the dog days of summer. We're ending July, going into August. So between now and Labor Day, everything's half price. Psychic.cafe/summer will take you over to the page. And I talk about it being the dog days of summer and the crazy weather here in Tucson and the storms and the rain and the wind and the heat. Oh my God,
Yeah.
and we
Jack,
figured
on your sale there,
Mhm.
when do they have to, like, if they take you up on your offer, when do they have to cash in their, when do they have to, do they
I'm not
have to, do you have a timeline and when they have to
do
book
what?
their, like if
No,
they book a half price reading, they
no.
can pay?
If they pay for a half price reading and they haven't, set up a time for it, they can wait till next year if they want. I don't care.
Yeah, there you go.
There's no time limits. Same thing with like buying, you might have been like they might have been thinking, hey, I want to get certified, but I'm not ready. I'll be
Yeah,
ready. I'll be ready in May next
yeah,
year, well,
yeah,
get it now when it's half price, and then when you're ready to get certified, there's no
yeah,
limits,
yeah.
no time limit on it. It never expires.
Christmas in July. It's like Christmas in July.
Yes, yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, gift
Christmas in July.
certificates for all your friends.
That's
Now's
right.
the time.
That's right. And by the way, here's the half off prices. I actually made a separate slide from that for that. So you guys, of course, if you're on radio, you're not seeing this, but for those on YouTube, you're seeing the prices here. So membership in the guild is $39, half price. Normally $78 a year. It's only $39 a year. And by the way, you can get locked in. Yeah, that's right. Professional certification. If you're a member of the guild and you're thinking about getting certified, it's $69. That's half price. If you're not a member yet, you can join the membership and get the certification together for 99 bucks. And so you're not only getting them both half off, Charlotte, they're getting another $9 off on top of that because they bought both. Now,
Yeah.
if you're already a lifetime member or an annual member, you pay the annual membership, don't get the 99 one because unless you're an annual member and you want to pay the annual membership, get it for half price, sure. But if you're already a member and your membership doesn't run out for a while, you probably just, if you want to get certified, just get the 69 option, unless you want the extra membership. In other words, when your first year runs out, you'll have already paid for your second year. I should write that in the notes for people. Yeah. Also, my tarot and numerology course is $297 and half price is like $148.50. I rounded up to $149. So half price on my tarot course. Now, if you want to get the membership, your certification, and my course, it's $199. And that is a huge discount. And then readings and coaching with me, like I mentioned in the beginning of the show, $49. Yep. So you can go over and check that out. What else was I going to? I was going to say, come and join the website. It's free to join. Here's how you register right here on this slide. When you get to the website, you're going to be greeted by this greeting. Grab a latte and connect. Click the big green button and put in your username, password, email address, or at the bottom there, you see the social logins. My Instagram's not working for some reason, but we have LinkedIn, Amazon, X, which is Twitter, Google, and Facebook. You can check in there. And also we want to invite you to become a wrong slide. I'll do this one first. Stephanie Dreams is going to be our guest on Sunday, August 18th, and my co-host is going to be the fabulous Pamela Steele, and we'll be interviewing Stephanie on her new deck, Enchanted Shadows Oracle deck, which just happens to be in our website colors, which we absolutely love, right? And then I want to invite you all to check out, if you thought about starting your own podcast or YouTube show or what have you, we've been doing it for 14 years. So if you want to join us and get your feet wet, go over to psychic.cafe/hosting. It'll explain all of the possibilities with that and so forth there. Let's see. Whoops. So as I mentioned, my next show will be with Michelle on Wednesday. Ellie said she's going to be here on Thursday. And then this is the first Saturday of the month. The first Saturday of the month and the first Sunday of the month, we basically take that off now. But the next day will be Monday. So Charlotte and I'll be back. Yeah. Next Monday. And then if you're wondering about Mystic Corner and everything, Saturday, August 10th is the next Michelle's Mystic Corner. And it's elementary, my friend. We're going to be talking about the elements. That's right. And the next Q&A is going to be on the day after that. So the 11th. Yeah. So that's everything going on the network. Go check out the sale, psychic.cafe/summer. book a session with me. Remember, it's not just for readings, it's also life coaching. I do life coaching, specialize in business coaching. So, if you have a spiritual based business, you're a spiritual entrepreneur, psychics, astrologers, numerologists, life coaches, and tarot readers and psychic advisors and so forth like that. You want information on your business, some coaching, pull some cards, do the numerology on your business. We can do all of that. That's right. Yeah. So grab a session with me, half price right now, and then you can join the guild and get your certification. And if you need a course, my course on tarot and numerology, everything is half price. All right. What was that, Charlotte?
Just talking to the dog. Sorry.
Talking to dogs.
Talking to because the Samson is back. Oh, he's literally figured out how to open the screen door.
Oh.
So he's opening the door. Jet wants to say hi to the goat, and in between the goat and the dog is where I've got my cards set up. So I'm like, ah. I mean the unicorn. Sorry, Samson. The unicorn. The unicorn and the dog.
So we're going to finish the show in the next few minutes, but we're going to go over to the phone lines. Also, Ritu had her question. And, oh, look, that Two of Cups showed up again and the Lover's card. So the Two of Cups was one of the cards of the day. It was actually the Heart of the Matter card. And then I got the Lovers on top of that. So it looks like, things might be looking up in your life there, as far as your love life there, Ritu. But
Look
also,
Ritu's hopping down the romance bunny trail right there.
Yeah. Another thing this could be, though, because, looking at her question, exactly how it was here in the chat, it says, any special event coming in my life, it could just in general, special events, cards like this coming up, maybe one of your friends are getting married, you're going to a wedding, a wedding reception, something like that as well.
Destination wedding.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get one more phone call in. Looks like area code 929 has been waiting the longest. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes. Hi, Dax. It's Stacy. How are you?
Oh, it's Stacy. How are you doing, Stacy?
Hi, Stacy.
We're doing good.
Hey, how are you there in the background? How's everything going for the both of you?
Real good.
Good.
Warm, but good.
Cool.
What's been going on with you, Stacy?
So I'm your last caller.
You're our last caller.
Good. It's been going good. Yes, thank you for taking my call. Everything has been going good. I'll chime in about that on your next show.
Okay.
However, I just wanted to see if you see me doing, because I'm actually looking for another job, Just wanted to see if you see me going on any job interviews in the month of August.
Oh. Okay.
What did you say?
So
I couldn't.
It was like, do you see her going on any job interviews in the month of August? I guess you could do a pendulum on that one if you want.
I'm going to do the pendulum. And so job interviews in the month of August?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pendulum says yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, best of luck
Okay,
there.
I'm on it.
But
I'm on it now. Yes.
You can't have a job interview unless you apply. So,
That's
there is
true.
that one little caveat,
One little caveat.
Yeah. I mean, you might get lucky and something might just drop into your lap, but
And Stacy, as far as advice, the Knight of Pentacles is showing up. So basically, you want to be really practical about what you go for. I'm also getting indications that you want to be specific. The Three of Pentacles is talking about your skills and abilities. And so there may be some things you want to, I don't know, spruce up or look at it in a different way. And then the King of Wands shows up following your passions again with the fire energy here. So,
Okay.
maybe not just another job, but something that would be a little bit more fulfilling, even if it's on the practical level, because we got that Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is slow moving, but making steady progress towards your goal, and your goal is to switch jobs. It's not the end all be all for you, whatever this is you go into. Very temporary, I'm feeling, but you can make it something that's practical, but also maybe more in alignment with some of your things that you're drawn to, passions in your life. And that'll also give you a clue as to what to apply for and where.
And as you were talking, everything was like really resonating. Like I was like getting like energetic hits as you were talking. And
cool.
and it was it was so like the message I was also getting is like be careful the type of energy you put into your as you're searching for your job. Be sure your energy is positive. It's that job is going to be for your highest good, and that because what I'm feeling is like I see you just bopping into a new job with super high energy,
Oh,
a smile on your face, and
Right.
that's what I'm seeing. But I'm also being told, you have to bring up your energy to match that. And because what you think about, you bring about, the kind of manifestation kind of stuff. So everything Dax said, and then also, what you're thinking about and what you're picturing, and that will help you as well.
thanks for the call, Stace.
Awesome. You are so right. Thank you. Okay. All right. I love my reading. I love it. Okay.
You said you were going to fill us in next time you call in, next show, fill us in on some of the stuff going on. So we'll look forward to that.
I sure will. Thank you.
You're welcome. Talk to you soon. And boy, that's it. We are going to get out of here now. And we actually had phone lines, which made it fun. And it's amazing that, Sean and Stacy, it's like we're gone for 2 weeks, but then they find us.
Yeah.
It's like they're on. Call in.
Yeah.
It's
right.
great.
Well, we love our regulars, and we love new people. Yep. And that's why we call it Monday Fun Day.
Yeah. And we actually have more regulars on YouTube now than we do on Blog Talk. It used to be the other way around, but now it's like there's more people regularly coming into the chat. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to stay loyal to Blog Talk when it doesn't work. I know when like there's a business that I like frequent, but then they start having irregular hours or whatever. I kind of forget about them and find something else to fill that gap. And so I think that's what's happened with Blog Talk too. And I feel bad because I feel like we've lost some of our faithful followers, so to speak,
and callers and stuff. They may find us again if Blog Talk actually keeps working. At least it seems to be working now. And we'll check it out on Wednesday, because I'll be back on Wednesday with Michelle. Thursday with Ellie. That's right. So we'll see you all then. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thanks for coming.
Bye, Charlotte. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for inviting me.
Here we go. We are outro music. We're getting out of here. Don't forget the sale.